Bharatiya Janata Party Nagaland Praji Vikshit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission Graham VBG Ramji Act Opor Public Kange Jankari Dishi Aro Nutun Bill Laga Key Features Changes Aro Goals Laga Opor Junaishi. I be details about.
Before we begin our press conference, I would like to introduce my colleagues seated here besides me. To my extreme right is Sheikh Achumbi. He is serving as a Dimawar District BJP President. He's Sinapsi Jamber, sorry. He is my co-general secretary of BJP Nagaland. To my left is Nini Chang. She is the convener of Media Cell BJP Nagaland. I would like to take a short time to brief you of the new bill that has been passed with the name of the Vikshit Bharat Jiram Bill. I will highlight very shortly, briefly on the pros, the schemes related things, and then the rules which have been renewed according to the bill passed by the Parliament recently. It's targeting, the title itself says, Guaranteed for Rozgar and Ajivika Mission, Gramin Ram Bill. So it's targeting on increasing in numbers of guaranteed days of employment, fund sharing, state government to bear expenses that exceed the normal allocations, pause on the work during agricultural season. During the agricultural season, the work program will be on the hold. Planning and of the framework, implementation and monitoring of the fund by national level steering committee, state level steering committee, and key functions from state committee includes, and use of technology. Now I'll give time to my court GS, send up the court detail on the briefing of this Vikshit Bharat Jiram Bill.
Thank you, Manaiji, and also once again welcome and a warm New Year greetings to the media fraternity. My colleague has very lucidly elaborated about the bill for which we are conducting this press conference today. But before we dwell further into the details of the bill, first, let me tell you the rationale behind, or the reason behind, or the conditions necessitated for coming up of this new bill, which will overhaul the existing Manrega or NREG. It is truly said, India lives in the village or the rural area, because as per 2011 census, 68.8% of the population of our country lives in the rural area. For any society or any nation to carry forward towards a developed nation, it is very important and critical to uplift this major chunk, more than 60% of the population. Now the new bill came into being by aligning with the Vikshit Bharat 2047. By Vikshit Bharat, for the benefit of the viewers, I would like to say, Vikshit Bharat means develop India. So, the existing program which is ongoing in the rural area, I'm talking about rural area because, as I mentioned just now, 68.8% of the population as per 2011 census lives in the rural area. So that section of the population becomes very critical for a developed nation. The existing Manrega was enacted in 2005. Now it is more than 20 years. Now in these 20 years, many things has changed in the rural settings. Example, the poverty in the year 2012-13 was 27.1%. But you see, in 2022-23, the poverty level has come down to 5.7. So that is the income generation of the rural masses has changed completely. That is one. Second, the digital penetration in the rural area has drastically changed. Also, the physical infrastructure such as the road connectivity or other, it has increased. Even the livelihood infrastructure such as the Janajagran Yojana, for example, or direct benefit transfer. So the rural setup has completely changed. So in order to capture the new reality in the rural area, it was important for bringing new bill which will reflect the actual reality of the rural area. The importance of the rural area has been mentioned just now. So it is by this conditioning that this new bill has been brought into being. Now, the name of this new bill is, as it is written behind me, VBG. Now, VP stands for Vikshit Bharat, that is Develop India. G stands for Guaranteed. R stands for Rozgar, that is wage, gainful employment. Ajivika stands for livelihood. M stands for mission. And another G stands for Gramin, which is nothing but the rural area. So it is with this spirit, in order to develop true self-reliance, which we always call as Atma Nirbhar Bharat, and it is not only giving a gainful employment to the people, but it has become a wealth generation. Now, under this particular new bill, earlier under the Manrega, it was 100 days, but now it has increased to 125 days gainful employment. That is expanding the income generation of the rural masses. Second important point is, earlier it was a demand driven. So it was multiple works were conducted. It was scattered. There was no focused approach. But under this new VBG, it is very focused, very structured, because we are focusing on 4 areas. One is the water security, one is the rural infrastructure, and the rural infrastructure, road connectivity or solid waste management that can be done. And the third one is livelihood infrastructure. In livelihood infrastructure, you can, in the rural area, grain storage can be developed, financial assistance can be given to the self-help group, so on and so forth. And the last one, that is the 4th pillars or the 4 thematics we call, it is climate resilience. So anything related to certain work related to climate resilience, that can also be taken up. So this is a visionary step towards Vikshit Bharat, that this bill, VBG has come into being. We would like to take any questions as far as this particular bill is concerned.
I have a question. In the beginning, you mentioned any additional expenses would be borne by the state government. Now, in the case that the funds are delayed, who will be accountable, the state government or the central government?
It is the state government. And that is how it is the state government, and it is how accountability has been imparted in this particular bill. Because earlier it was a demand-driven based, but now it is normative. The funding is normative. So that's one technical term. Normative in the sense it it is based on the budgeting. And delay, everything will be borne by the state government. That is how accountability is embedded in this system. So we can say it is not Gada Kodo Gada Baro scheme. It is accountability is embedded in this. So we call it as a very visionary one.
And I want our respected General Secretary to reply in Nagamis. So that I mean, English no bojagandi deke, aro itulaga scheme do pusti thagagan ra bujile bishiba. So American koi ase ki jundo bill pass hoshe, aro India notun itu bill pass kora laga policies kan do sai shule 20 years back. Minir ka niga tagalam nido Northeast state like Nagaland fully centralized sponsor kurina issue. Ini ako na be bishi jaga de development do koribo parana. Oi development do bishi hoya ase ole sok dino parana. Itia notun Vikshit Bharat Guarantee for Rozgar Ajivika Mission Gramin to aigina sai shule dusra state dido center ba 60%, aro state share to 40%, and Northeast state like Nagaland do 10% share hobo, and Nagaland state to fully sai shule funding do center by depend kore. So itu nishna scheme de 10% state share olabra development kan olop hamper korbo nishna dikhi mohan.
Yate amigan jane bole to ekta to ile central scheme koi. Central scheme to 100% funded by the central government. To puila laga to center thagise, itia laga to ile centrally sponsored scheme. To itu difference ase. To centrally sponsored scheme to ile ratio thake. So Dursa rest of India 40s to 60s to 40 thake. Aro Nagaland nishna northeastern state nishna de 90s to 10. Hoile bi khota to itu ase. Itia bi center bara fully 100% funding kore koile bi administrative material purchase itu to ile state para born kori ase. Itu karne itia 10% aha to ile iku financial burden iman state te najabo. Hoile bi itu bara ekta accountability ahibo. Aro apni ka weavers nimete benefit nimete ekta kui dia ase. Ami itia ko nisina itu demand driven thagise goa to hele itia existing manrega de to hele কাম কৰিব আৰু ডিমান্ড বেসতে কাম গান কৰি কিনা ফান্ড তো মাঙিব ইনাকা থাকিছে will be under this we be jiram ji to hele normative funding go to hele state kan bara state matlab gram panchayat village level itu we are trying to strengthen the decentralized planning to planning to hele sob panchayat level de hobo village level de itu bichete taigan block level dibo block para district te jabo district para state te itu bichete taigan itu sob to saigina center ke patabo itu laga hisab te budget to ahibo to inaga ekta to decentralized hoise huli bi inaga decentralized kora to sob bind kora to hele itu PM Gati Shakti korna bi amegan ase itu national rural infrastructure stacks korna ase tate sob to jaigina binding koribo so at the decentralized also at the same time integration happening at the national level so that is the entire target itu ekta ase itu life scheme de aru itia kwa nisina state kan to already existing dibi di ase to yate kiba kora to hele competition bi idu laga bill bara di ase state aru state kile ase kule poila to hele demand driven thagise to kiman kam kori kina mangise udu di thagise ulibi itia to hele state aru state laga majodi bi competition laga spirit to lagai disi tu bill bara kile hole state kan bi compete koribo to itia to hele apni budget banai kina kiman mangibo idu hi dibo to itia to hele there is a competition that has been encouraged between the state.
No sir, yeah. VP Jairamji. Itu laga dibi sashule pusti de development ai gote bishi bak job card ni laga hota hai aro job card hisab te funding hai to pusti bishi bak te sashule sir job card laga bi keda palra sensitize ho hai kunba no government kaam kore kunba no bishi well to do ase job card holders ase So the government laga plan B, the job card, fill their curriculum, screen out curriculum, pabana asana just with the awareness of Onigan curriculum say that be kiniga because yade bishibak miscommunication or misinformation takado ke direct beneficiary laga account de paisa hai. Aro bishibak direct beneficiary kan ke VTP bra junto paisa account de ase mange. Idhar ande beneficiary ba idu moi laga ase kona wapas di dia laga chamela be bisha ase. Meantime, government laga idu junto beneficiary logo direct paisa hai idu काम kori boli laga as per the wages aya ase. Idu laga upor de abune kan ba idu press briefing dia ase. Idu masses kan ki kini ka abune api awareness de olo muni ho mona ase.
Itu lade moi short take ma koi dibo. This time puila do এটা কোৱা নিচিনা বেনিফিচিয়াৰিজ কানটো এনে ৰেণ্ডম দে কৰি থাকিছে এতিয়াতো নেশ্যনেল লেভেল পৰা লৈ কিনে এতিয়া বুথ লেভেলে ক'ব ষ্টেট লেভেল তাত ষ্টেৰিং কমিটি খান ফৰ্ম কৰিবলৈ আছে দেয়াৰ বুষ্টি খান ডিষ্ট্ৰিক্ট খান ষ্টেট খান প্ৰায় ইভেন ফৰ দ্য ফাণ্ড এলোকেশ্যনছ এতিয়া কাম পুইলা আমি কোচিয়াছ পৰা কোৱা নিচিনা পুইলা তো ৰেণ্ডম ইমান পইচা দিব ইমান কাম কৰিবি কৈ থকাটো দিছ টাইম ইজ নট গনা হেপেন ডেট ৱে itu project itu kurubule ase to iman funding hobo pare to steering committee khan ra itu report patai nai itu la hisab te kam jawla same for that itu beneficiary khan la hole bi itia strict rule agila ase everything biometrics use kurubule one and it was already going on the direct beneficiary bank de jai I mean bank account de so everything scrutinized kurubule steering committee khan ra from the village level to state level and the ina report jawle so we with this bill paratak loophole do cover kurule try kure and I hope it works well for the betterment of us.
I'll just add one point. You will be amazed to know actually you have already answered the importance and the need for this particular bill. The job card issue that you have raised and also the other points that you have raised. Because of those limitations also. But let me give you some figure which will surprise you all. In the existing Manrega, the guaranteed number of days was 100 days per rural household, gainful employment. But as for financial year 24-25, only 7.6% of the household availed the total 100 days work, which leaves us 93.4% of the population was not availing or is not able, were not able to avail 100 days of gainful employment. So it is for the people to decide whether Manrega was doing successfully or not, and why the need to come up with a new bill aligning with the Vikshit Bharat 2047. And another point is, even the accounted misappropriation under the Manrega, same in the financial year 24-25, the accounted misappropriation was in the tune of 193 point something crores, which is accounted for. So we never know like how much is not accounted for. So those were the limitations, and those are some of the reasons why this bill, we have AI-based monitoring system. Not only that, but geospatial tagging. So many technological inputs are there in this particular bill, which will make sure that no one is left behind.
So when you say no one is left behind, does this include persons with disabilities?
Yes, yes. It is not only for the farmers, it is not only for the laborers, everyone is included in this. So as and when the bill will start to, this particular scheme will start to work, the line department will be activated, and all of the people who are in these 125 guaranteed days, It is the individual, adult, who is willing to volunteer to get a gainful employment of 125 days. So whoever is willing per rural household in one financial year, that is for in 1 year, 125 days of gainful employment will be given.
There has been reports of unpaid wages under the Manrega. So how will the new system handle this existing unpaid wages? And according to
That will be the
reports-
state government.
Yes. But
Delayed,
will BJP play
delayed payment, everything which has been asked by one of your colleagues will be borne by the state government. And that is how accountability has embedded in the bill itself. That's why I told you, Ghata Godo, Ghata Boro. It is no more that scheme. State government is also equally accountable.
Mahan basically itu scheme do underprivileged kan khane ase for rural areas mostly. So moi itu message development jado all the kiman Nagaland de kiman mohan uncle auntie bhai kokai khan ase busti level de parada itula benefits to avail korobole try korobe. Amne laga council khan ke nohile amne khan la officer in charge khan ke committee khan ke kurigina in every way itu laga benefits to fail kurole nohegna make the most out of it. Use kuribi aro नाम दे आखिरे मेला press friends पर होता नहीं ना more than necessary खांडो advice I am requesting all the people those who are not eligible, let's say eligible, to morom brat underprivileged खांगे chance दिवे, let them also avail the benefits that are given by our government.